So this is part 2 from last week. Last week I began to talk about full body movements, just kind of ideas on full body movements. This by no means is a full complete list. There are so many different exercises out there. I just wanted to show you a few so you can kind of see how they flow together. I'm only doing a few repetitions of each exercise and I'm progressing to harder versions. Today I'm going to start with a push from last week, continue on to other exercises. So first and foremost, I'm going to do some push-ups now on dumbbells. A lot of people complain that their wrist hurt when they do regular push-ups with flat hands. You can use dumbbells to get your knuckles off the ground and keep your wrist straight. I'm progressing. I'm showing a harder version of push-up to rows now. You want to keep your core tight. So you're doing basically a plank with a full body exercise, with a pushing exercise. This next thing I'm going to do is you can take some just cheap exercise tubing bands. You can get them at Walmart. I mean, you can get them anywhere. I'm tying it all somewhere safe, and I'm just doing a plank with a one-arm row. Just ideas. This whole video is just for ideas, to give you ideas to work on for full-body movements, things you can do cheaply and easily at home. This is one of my favorite things. This is basically doing a push-up. I'm just standing up doing a push-up. I've got two bands tied off. You can switch arms. You can do lots and lots of different variations. All of them work well. Just pick one that works well for you. I'm standing up now instead of on the knees. The knees is actually a little harder on your core. I'm putting one foot forward now. Lots and lots of variations. You can put the other foot forward. If you put one foot forward, always do the other side. Now I'm lunging forward to pressing. I'm lunging with the other side. Anytime you combine upper and lower body movements, make sure that you do each movement well. Don't be sloppy on your lunge and then do a good upper body form. You want to be perfect on all forms. So if you can't do one exercise well, work on that one exercise before you combine it with another. My favorite of all time is one of my favorites is this squat to pulls right here. Easy to do, and now I'm just squat to pulling with one arm. Makes it a little bit more of a challenge on your core. There's lots of ideas, lots and lots of variations. You can use your imagination. You can look stuff up. I'm really tired at this point, so my pull-ups probably aren't going to look very good. Lots of people want to do pull-ups. You can find anything. I have gymnastic rings. You could do them on a bar. You could do them on anything. But basically, to start off with a pull-up, you can get up there and do the negatives. I'm just working on the way down, putting my feet on something I can easily push up from and get over my chin over my knuckles, and just working on kind of cheating pull-ups. That's a great way for people to kind of begin doing pull-ups. There's a harder version. Just regular pull-ups, just putting your legs up like that makes them quite a bit harder. Putting your legs out adds another probably 20, 30 pounds to the exercise. So there's lots of ways to make a pull-up harder as you go along. Most people can't even do a pull-up, so just begin with just basic stuff. Now I'm doing just simple squats with dumbbells. I'm bringing the weight out in front of me. I'm bringing the weight up top and doing some curls, working the biceps, working the press. We'll work the shoulders. Full body movements. These are just ideas. Now I'm doing what's called a push press. I'm squatting only about 25% of the way down and then using the momentum to push the weights up. I'm going to do that same exercise with a barbell. I started off for 10 years just using one cheap barbell. I was, poor growing up. That's all I had. Worked out great. Now I'm doing a clean, which is a complex exercise. All these exercises are not for everybody. I'm just showing you lots and lots of different variations, and there's a million more. So, kettlebells have become popular the last 5 years. I'm a big fan of kettlebells. I don't think most people need to do kettlebells whatsoever. I think it's for the very serious people, but they do work well. I'm doing deadlifts right now, working on that hinge pattern that I showed in the last video. Now I'm doing single arm pulls, which are a little bit harder because you have to keep your weight balanced and not be too asymmetrical. Everything you do, you want to be symmetrical. And that's a trap bar deadlift. You could use a barbell deadlift. Lots and lots of different variations, but these are all full body efforts. I'm standing up to do all these exercises. This is a single leg deadlift up to a curl to press. You can do any of these. Obviously, I do one side, but you should do both sides if you're doing these, and you can change the reps up and do how many ever you need. These are all just variations. I can't say that enough. I think I'm going to do a swing here. So I'm setting the weight out in front of me, get the momentum going, and I'm swinging straight up. I stop when my body's straight. I'm actually going way too high on these because I was just doing the video quick, but you typically don't want to go above your chin. You want to stay low, particularly in the beginning. This hinge pattern, it looks so easy, but it takes many repetitions. I'd say probably a good year to get even pretty good with it. See that hand mark? That was about as high as you want to go in the beginning. I used a cinder block. Cinder blocks weigh about 30 pounds and cost about $3. They're a great tool to use. You got to make sure to have enough clearance. I have a little short midget legs, so they barely get through, but it does the job. Lots of variations. You don't have to spend money on equipment. A lot of this stuff is body weight stuff. Now I'm doing what's called a burpee. There's lots of other names for it. They do these in the military. CrossFit's made these popular. Great conditioning exercise. Boxers have done them for years. Just Jack LaLanne came up with the jumping jack. Jack LaLanne was a genius. Great, simple exercise. Jumping rope, moving your legs, walking, running. All these things, full body movements. These are the things you should be doing in your workouts. My favorite all-time exercise is the Turkish get-up. It's a complex exercise. It's one that you actually will need some instruction on. You'll have to watch some videos or work with a trainer who knows what they're doing to learn how to do this movement. But this one, pound for pound, is probably the best exercise in the world, in my opinion. I do them almost every day. But these are all just ideas. Don't rack your brain over them. Do lots of research. I just wanted to entice you. If you have any questions, write me. I wish you all the luck. Like I said, by all means, write me anytime you have questions, and I will send you and give you as much good information as I can. Have a good day, and I will see you next week.